guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel, Sugar Acid Darling. Thank you guys so much for clicking once again. If you're new to this channel, please consider subscribing. And to all my OGs, you know what to do. Comment down below. Let me know. Gang. Now, guys, on today's video, we are going to be talking about something that in the Nigerian community, this question is always there. This statement is always there. Like, what are your thoughts about sending kids back to Nigeria? Okay, so I'm going to be playing a video I got from Nigerians in Canada. Please, you know them. We've shouted out their Instagram page here several times. Thank you so much for always bringing, experiences of Nigerians in Canada to us. And I want you guys to watch this video and let me know your thoughts. Okay.
Sometimes it's very necessary for parents to actually ship their children back home. And when I say back home, I mean, if you're Nigerian, you know you're going to Nigeria. If you're Ghanaian, you're going to Ghana. If you're from the Caribbean, you know you're going back there. Okay. I actually think it's really necessary. And at some point, it actually is justified. Now, yesterday I saw this comment by a girl saying how she doesn't understand why any parent would want to send their child back home, and that's lazy parenting. And I'm going to give my 2 cents on it because this has been around for decades. When I say decades, like I've known about this, you're being shipped back home for a long time. Sometimes it gets to the point where a child misbehaves to the point it's like uncontrollable. Like when I say misbehave, it's not like little petty things, it's big issues. Like either this child has been mingling with people they shouldn't be mingling with, they're now dropping out of school, they're now doing all sorts of things that is actually going to endanger them as a person and their future. It's time for you as a parent to start thinking of taking them back home. Like when a child gets to the point they cannot be controlled, I'm sorry, like sometimes we actually need to learn how to drop the chit chat and take actions. Is necessary. Let me explain to you what this, when you get sent back home, what it does to you. First of all, when a child is sent back home, they are immediately humbled. And when you get sent back home, you realize that there is a humble beginning. There is a humble beginning where all the luxuries that your parents have provided you, you are now taking them for granted. When you get sent back home, as soon as you land in the airport, that's when you realize you were actually living a comfortable life. So that immediately just calms you down. Like your brain is already starting to reset because you're like, oh, like, wow, this is different. Number 2, the fact that, when they say it takes a village to raise a child, there is a whole village there that's ready to raise you. If you don't want to be raised properly, they're there to raise you. And it's not even like you're getting the work and shipping it to someone else. You're actively making sure that this person learns culture, value, morals, like respect, like, discipline, like making sure that you're not getting involved in stupidity when you're back home. So if you're a parent and your child has gotten to the point where you as a parent that birthed them cannot control them, and I'm speaking as a nurse, as someone that loves children, that loves family, that's all for, unity, send your child back home. Send them back home. It's not difficult. Get a ticket, put them in a boarding school back home. That's it.
All right, guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. What do you think about this video? I have a couple of points where I want to raise as to this whole, sending kids back to Nigeria. Having stayed in this country for 1 whole year, I told you guys I'm going to be doing that video soon. Don't worry, my update video about things I've experienced and learned here. I think with parenting, my first point will be that parenting is a personal experience. Everybody has their style of parenting. That's why it's not good for one parent to say, oh, you're doing it wrongly, or you're doing it, this way or that way. Do you understand? It's always very important for you to understand that parenting is a personal experience. It's a personal thing. Everybody has their way. Nobody is sure of what they are doing or if they are doing it right, especially for those of us that are first-time parents. We don't know what is right or wrong. We are just trying and hoping on God, okay? So, the next point, I even commented there. I think I have to start from my comments. When I watched it, I was like, you know what? Let me leave my comments. And my comment goes to us. I said, everybody should train their child the way they want. As for me, my son is doing high school in Nigeria. It's not punishment, it's personal preference. Even the university might most likely not be in Canada as well. Canada will always be second home, but not be where then drop in placenta. Somebody said facts. Explain this to my wife too. I'm like, it's even cheaper to raise them back home. Okay, someone said, let them know I did my primary and high school in Nigeria and here in Canada for uni, and like this as Igbo and Nigeria where I be, you know, if you convince me to do rubbish. I feel like that's it, you know. Somebody said you can send him to boarding school for his secondary level, but you see that university own, you better bring your child back to Canada and let him school if you don't want to hear another story. Nigeria is life and death, and I hope you know. So this is going to also form the premise of what I'm going to be discussing today. Okay, so I commented for the first person. I said, having done graduate school in Canada, I'm currently not impressed with the super education. Remember that other countries exist for university. It's most likely Europe or Asia. Because even when I wrote that, I wasn't thinking, okay, first choice, it has to be Nigeria. Because most times when people migrate to Canada, you carry that same Nigerian mentality of not moving anywhere to here. Sometimes even when the things are not favorable, they are stuck here. Maybe because of mortgages, you take out 30-year mortgage, you can't go anywhere, you have to stay here. Your car is like 5 years, 6 years finance, you can't go anywhere. But for people that are looking to, you know, I have the passport, I'm not tied down. If I get a job opening in Saudi Arabia, in Dubai, in the US, in UK, in Scotland, I up and go. In Japan, I up and go, you know. Those people have different experiences, and the way they share it also is different, okay? Guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. The next person I replied, I told him, I said, nothing beats the street smart, the self-esteem, and the confidence that comes with balanced training, home and abroad. It is very, very, very important. It is very important. Okay, guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I think what plagues a lot of Nigerians is the notion of back home. You know, how they present it to their kids. They make back home sound like punishment. You don't want to eat your food, I'll send you back to Africa. You don't want to eat your food, I'll take you back to Nigeria. You will suffer. You will not see food. You will see this. See, Nigerians, they're suffering. When you say that, your child begins to see that place as below them. Like, you can't even send the child there without the child having traumatic experience and bouts of feeling neglected, and then tomorrow you're shouting, woe is me, what did I do wrong? It is the way you present your country in that house. You think your children are stupid, you're talking to your friends, you're always using bad words about your country, bringing down your country, and now you're carrying your child, you say you want to bring them to Nigeria. They're going to feel neglected, they're going to feel abandoned, because you did not speak a good word about your country. You don't teach them their cultures. You don't sit back and play, you know, historical clips for them, show them the map, show them the states, teach them a little bit about culture here and there. Make sure that, especially all this Tayo, I know them that used to go and shoot aesthetically pleasing videos. Play it on the TV. Let them see. Say, oh, come and see this place. If we go to Nigeria, I'll take you to this place. See this place. See this, how Ibadan is. See this conventional. And they begin to look forward to those experiences. When food bloggers are going to check out bole joints, this one, that one, you say, hey, come, see my children, come and see this place. Oh, if we go to Nigeria, I will make sure that you taste this fish and all that. You see, the child will be like, oh, mommy, I want to taste that fish. Amaka, you've not done your assignment. You will not follow me when I'm going to Nigeria, or you will not taste that fish. You see, she will run, she will do her assignment. You present your country in such a way that your child, tomorrow they come out, you say, where are you from? From Nigeria. Because she has seen the light. She's happy to talk about it. She's happy to be associated with where she's from. But now, just see. And then somebody writes like, oh, Nigeria is life and death. Who told you? Like, what do you mean life and death? What do you mean? Like, when I saw that comment, I just wanted to laugh, because if you know I think I've already posted that video about the amount of violence that goes on here. One thing I have to give Toronto is that their PRO is fantastic. Canada in general. Canada PRO is too good. You will never hear of this violence. Like, you come into Canada and it's almost like you've been living in a bubble. There are certain news agencies that we cannot view their stories. We do not see anything about it. In fact, people abroad might see, we will not see. We have restricted internet access in terms of news and reports and all of that. It is crazy, but do people say anything? No. Is this not giving Iraq? Is it not giving Afghanistan? But nobody's saying anything. It's supposed to be liberal. Speech is supposed to be free, but it's actually not free. And this is the life. But then when you present your own country to your child, you're presenting it like we escaped. So how do you want them to feel like they should follow you? Even a child that is disobedient, already has grown up knowing that when you talk about Africa, you talk about it with so much disdain. Oh, this my stupid friend is still in Nigeria. He's always begging for money. Beggars. All of them are beggars. All of them are somehow there. All of them are useless. All of them are. That's the words that come out of your mouth about your country in front of your child. And you want that child to follow you and go to boarding school. You're playing. You're playing. That's why some of them are beginning to act up. Because the truth is, you can even succeed in sending that child to Nigeria, but it might not solve your problem because of the mentality with which the child was raised concerning that country. It might not solve your problem. It might just be temporal, that they are not here exposed to their bad friends. If a child wants to be bad, the child will be bad. Yes, we know it's God that trains children. But still, you understand that the upbringing and the words that we use go a long way to shape the future and the mentality of these children, their self-esteem also. Guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Growing up for me, in my high school, in my secondary school, we had people that didn't live in Nigeria. My school father did not live in Nigeria. He lived in the UK, I think in London. And we had people that were coming from the US, people that were coming from UK, that didn't live, their primary residence was not in Nigeria. They just had a guardian or somebody that probably comes to check on them and all of that. So it has never been something that it's new. You understand? But these are decisions that parents took, knowing fully well that it's for the betterment of their own child. Do you get? They know what they observed. And some of them just took it because, see, most times you see finish that will make you think that Nigerian educational system is not good. They play, my fans. They play. I just want to let you know that I've seen people here and I'm not impressed. That's just rule number one. I've done one here. So mostly I just feel like another point is that some parents left Nigeria or they left their country with a finality mindset. So even though they are seeing that their children are misbehaving, they can't go back. You've sold their houses, you've burnt all your bridges, you don't talk to the people that are back there, you don't, there's no relationship, you don't have anybody, minus the ones that seriously do not have somebody trusted. There are some people that have gone out of their way to make sure that they burn every single bridge, they have scattered everything. It might work in your favor in the sense that you must make Canada work by hook or crook. Your children must grow up well. Or if the children are wayward, just pray that child protection service, they don't come and take the child. So it's two things, Guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. It can be a lot, especially the reasons why some parents might want to hold back. There's nobody back home, And another one is I believe, of course, Nigeria has fantastic schools. And like I said, I've met kids here. And, back in Nigeria, sometimes you go to market, you go to the mall or somewhere, and you hear two children discussing, and you literally stop them and ask, what school? Like you are amazed at their intelligence. You're amazed. You're like, what school are you people? I say, exactly what I want, man. I have not seen. Only one family and trust me, I've seen kids, and I've seen kids of the creme de la creme. Just one that I saw that, these kids were so well-mannered, so well-behaved. For people that their mother is like a multi-millionaire, they were so well-behaved. I think she's Italian. And the other ones were like Asians. So these are not even systemic developments that were as a result of their environment. It's as a result of their upbringing at home and the efforts of their own parents. So sometimes people go and say, I know people in Canada that their children are well-behaved and well-mannered. Hope you know that your own experience and their own experience in raising the children are not the same, because your background and their background is not the same. As much as I'm happy for you that you have neighbors that have good experiences, also know yourself. Man, know thyself. When you're raising your child, what kind of parent are you? Are you the kind of parent that believes in beating and in shouting and in doing all that? Do you know that you can be easily implicated here? If you're that kind of parent, you cannot carry your child to Norway or Scotland, because they will take those children from you. Their parents like that do not go to any of those countries. They don't have kids. They're always looking for children to carry. So be very careful. If you've experienced any sort of reports, my dear, this might not be the place. Okay, guys, let me know your thoughts so that you don't go and lose your children to the system. They don't have money to feed homeless and take care of other things, but they have money to come and collect children. So I don't know. Guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. So another thing is I believe that people can try to practice balance between both countries. It helps their mindset. Practice balance. I know that sometimes you might look at it like, oh, it's so expensive, but that's the reason you're working hard. Take the children back once in a while. Talk highly of your country. Even when you take them back, make sure that they have good experience. I know that you want to go straight to the village, but sis, Echo Hotel, allow these children swim, allow them, go around, give them a treat. Give them a treat. Even when probably you land and go to the village, before you come back, give them a proper treat such that they look forward to coming back. Not that they escape and run away and God forbid, I will never come back here. That kind of thing. These are your kids. You want to spend those kind of times with them, okay? All right, guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. So for me personally, that's why the reason I wrote that, I believe strongly, like for me, I would prefer that Micah does his high school in Nigeria, seriously. If he comes here, it's just to finish his elementary school, of course, will qualify by God's grace, get the passport. But for high school, man, I want high school back in Nigeria. That's my own thinking. I believe strongly. I mean, the schools that are in Port Harcourt alone, that I know, I have like 2 schools that I'm looking at. I'm like, okay, let me keep looking at their numbers and all of that. River State has very fantastic schools, man. Very fantastic schools. And I'm confident that's where, of course, my parents are there. His dad has a house there. So me, I don't mind. If I get online job, I will pack my things and move and follow more. Well, how much money am I making compared to the life of my child? If I need to take off, I will take off and come and make sure he's well situated before I think of anything. And I believe that the experience will be a lot better. I love my son. If you see Micah is fantastic. Micah is such a handsome child. Like, God just really, really blessed me. And one thing I try to do is intentional parenting. No parent is perfect. But one thing I try not to do is lie to myself in terms of his growth, in terms of anything. I remember when he was much younger and I noticed that he wasn't talking as fast because his mother is a talkative. So I'm like, where are you? Why are you not talking? His dad doesn't talk so much. So even though the dad's like, oh, him too, he talk late. I'm like, no. I need to get him a speech therapist. I need to get him diagnosed. I need to be sure that it's not autism. I need to be sure that it's not different things, like rule out the ones that I need to rule out so that we can start treating as fast as possible. That was before he turned 3. And we're able to do all that. And now he's leading debates. He's doing everything. He has been cleared that it was just normal speech delay. He's okay. He just needs, to continue working on his every other thing that he's working on. His sentence structures and all that. Just normal school work. And with that, adding to the fact that I believe that raising your child here, even if I take him to a private school, he might have this thing of, let's say he gets to the age where he wants to talk to a girl and maybe it's a white girl. He talks to her and she's like, no. And then I never want my child to say, is it because I'm black? I'm sorry, but I know everybody has their different, reasons and thoughts and all of that. But I don't want him to say, is it because I'm black? I personally do not mind. I'm not racist or anything. I just want a situation whereby my child has very healthy self-esteem. Very, very healthy self-esteem. Like, imagine a kid going back to Nigeria that lives in Canada. Literally, he lives in Canada. Where are you going to for holiday? I'm going back to Canada. My mom signed me up to probably, play golf or to, if you're coming in summer, it's golf. If you're coming in Christmas, you're probably going for hockey games or hockey. Like, I want him to have both the Canadian full experience, going to camp or whatever, we can go as a family, and also the experience from Nigeria, and blend it. He grows up in a class where everybody looks like him, and then he has friends here that of course are Canadians that he can mix with. His experiences can also help them to look forward to wanting to visit Nigeria, for me, that this is just me gisting with you people at this point, because I like, this is me talking now. This is the plan. When he finishes even university, I'm not interested in university here for now. Like, I'm not joking. I prefer that he probably goes to Europe or something. If he finishes uni and I'm not comfortable with, if he feels a type of way about, or I feel like he's too young to be sent off to Europe, because I'm very concerned about age and sending young children to unknown places. I am very open to my son going to Covenant University to do his first year program or whatever, bachelor's, before going to any other school. That's just me. I know everybody say, oh no, I want this other one. You see, for me, I feel like ultimately, as much as his intelligence and the rest is also important, his self-esteem, his street smarts, his ability to carry himself is very important. This place breaks people. I never want him to be ashamed of his identity. I never want him to see the way me and my mouth is sharp like this, and I'm repping Nigeria is because I have, with time, I've built that experience, and that I've stayed in Nigeria long enough to know. Imagine if I came here very young. I get it. It would affect me. So sometimes your children are not just being too, stubborn. It's clashing. The way you want to train them at home and the way their friends act is clashing. Guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. So for me personally, I feel like this is the plan. I want him to have a balanced education. If he wants to go to China, even for university, I'm open for it. I want him to just go anywhere. He must not be yummy. You already have Canadian citizenship. I mean, they didn't tie your placenta. You can go to Dubai. You can't do your university in Dubai. There are other countries like Nigerians that are here that have the passport. I assure you that there are other countries. I understand the reason why some people are not free to like make certain moves is because probably if you have a mortgage for 30 years, you're pretty much locked in. If you have your car insurance for 7 years or whatever insurances that you have, you're pretty much locked in. Okay, that's also one of the reasons why I am thinking one in terms of home ownership and the rest. But that's a story for another day. But also, like with your child, I believe that you can talk to your husband, and if you notice anything going astray, this is your child. I don't care the amount of money you make. If you miss it with children, that's it. Oh, that is it. There are parents that are multi-millionaires that cry every day because their children are embarrassing them. We don't want to miss it with our children. No amount of shifts, no amount of work, no amount of anything will make up for the time that you lost, the time that you would have taken action, and you keep seeing the child is deteriorating. You're like, oh, who will go to Nigeria? Father is doing 3 shifts, mother is doing 4 shifts. Everybody's like, no, my own work is paying me $200,000. I cannot leave it. This other person say, oh, my own work too. You think me I can leave my own? It's $150,000. I cannot leave it. And your child is growing. You're forgetting that this is your next generation. There are certain sacrifices I feel like some parents need to make in order for these children to be well settled. Like if you're going to send your child here, don't just abandon the child. You have to make sacrifices. If it means you moving in, if it means you coming every 3 months, you have to. You have to include that budget in your tuition fee budget for the child. Include it that every 3 months I'm coming to visit the child in Nigeria. Their holiday, holidays is every 3 months. If your child is schooling in Lagos, you take the child probably to Abuja to spend the holiday. You can lodge in a hotel, allow the child to open up to you. How was school? How was everything? Just like that. Have a plan set in place, and God will help us, because I'm not advising you to follow my advice per se. I just believe that when you open up your mind to certain possibilities, you might be seeing alternatives, especially for parents that have been backed against the wall with erratic behaviors coming from their kids. I'm telling you, some children here are they're just insane. Some children here are just beyond like erratic in character. It's crazy. I don't know if it's the society. I don't know if it's early exposure to immorality per se. Not even just one thing. Immorality just full everywhere. You see people that are 11, 12 are in Sephora trying to buy anti-wrinkle cream. You are 11, my sister. I think that's the one that is always shocking for me. When I keep seeing these young kids in Sephora, I get like you want to paint your nails, but then some of them are obsessed with stick-on nails, very long stick-on nails. Their face, their skincare routine. Your skin is beautiful. And then they want strip lashes. They want the color magic. Oh my goodness, God. There's so much. Like, and then in terms of attitude, in character, it's getting crazy. And I know that sometimes as young African girls, they want to feel among, they want to relate with their friends, or as young African boys, they want to feel among, they don't want to feel left out. Next thing, they're experimenting, they're vaping, they are doing this one, they're doing that one. It's a lot. It's a lot to process. And my dear, I don't want to ever be in that situation whereby I'm so scared. Anytime your child goes out, like you're scared. I don't know. Some people feel more scared in Nigeria. For some reason, I feel more at home in Nigeria. Even after having lived here, I feel like I'm more relaxed in Nigeria. I'm entering Borokri 10 p.m. Borokri 10 p.m. It's just, I don't know. When they say no place like home, there are different interpretations, man. Because you make of home what you want. You make of home what you want. And even though you like here as home, there's a place in your heart for the home that you know. Like, it depends on what Nigeria did to you. Personally, I cannot even downplay the experiences of people that had very bad experience with Nigeria, growing here and all of that. But still, this is the identity attached to your child. If your child hates his own identity, he cannot succeed in this country. Because you just go, where are you from? I'm from Brampton, or I'm from Scarborough. Where's your father from? Where's your father from? We are, Nigeria is citizenship by blood. Not birth. Birth is not this thing. It's blood. Don't worry yourself about the rest. Blood is more like prevalent for us, and that is it. So please make sure your child loves the country enough, That for me will just be it, guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And this has been the thoughts about sending children back to Nigeria. What do you people think? Do you think it's something that still works? Do you think it's something that people should encourage? Or you think that this is something that's I'm never going to do that. I like the children to stay here and solve. For those people that have packed up their things and are never going to Nigeria, it's understandable that their children have to be here. You don't have a choice. So let us know the tips and the things you're going to be doing differently to make sure that your kids are raised in the right way. Somebody might be in the comments that probably really wants their child to go back, but maybe they don't have anybody to stay with them. So they are looking forward to your comments. If there are things that you do differently to make sure your child is well disciplined, share your thoughts in the comment section below. As usual, I remain your girl, Darling. Please check out my other videos and I'll see you in my next one. Bye, guys.